I believe the story that I will recount that sticks in my memory is because it involved Dean and I. We were dating at the time, and it would have been, probably 58, 59. Dean was home for the summer farming for his father, and we had TV in the house where I was living with my grandparents. It was the early days of TV. And if the birds got on the antenna, the screen or the picture became very snowy and you couldn't see it too well. So my grandmother was in Oklahoma visiting with her parents, and Dean and I and my grandfather were trying to watch TV, and it was so snowy, the reception was so poor. My granddad commented that he thought he'd go get the shotgun and step outside and shoot it off and scare the birds away so that we could get better reception on the TV. Dean and I sat patiently on the couch waiting, and we heard an explosion go off in the kitchen, and we both looked at each other and thought, oh no, what has happened? And we were really quite scared until we heard my grandpa kind of laughing in the kitchen, and I walked in there, and Granddad had rested the barrel of the shotgun on the sole of his work boot and opened up the stock so that he could put the shells in it, and when he went to close it, he had arthritis in his hand, and he managed to pull the trigger, and it blew just a small little hole in the kitchen floor. But as it went downstairs into the basement where my grandmother had shelves for canned goods, the shot scattered, and you know what happened to the jars of tomatoes and fruit. And so we heard my granddad laugh, and Dean and I approached the kitchen, and the only thing he said first when he looked up at me, he said, "Won't Mom snort when she sees this mess?" So we managed to get the hole plugged and the linoleum fixed and the jars and the mess cleaned up in the basement before my grandmother returned from Oklahoma. I doubt that she was ever the wiser, because we had so many canned good products in the basement. She probably did not miss what had been scattered out. But I'll always remember that, and Dean and I commented on that several times of that evening spent with my grandpa. And needless to say, the birds did leave the antenna, and the reception improved on the TV.